Oh, it's good to be back. So good to be back. Hello, travelers of the internet. Welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or if you are new to the channel, hey there and welcome to you. My name is JGardo1, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the world's virtual. And I am very pleased to be able to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of the newcomers, welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience here on the YouTube channel. We are diving back into the world of Crumbach, where we have finally gotten ourselves a fully empowered Diamond Pickaxe. Look at that beautiful enchanted shine. I love it. Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3, and yes, even Mending. All on our first real Diamond Pickaxe. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. So, with this beauty of a treasure secured, it's time to go secure ourselves some more treasure down in the underground. Down there in the underground! Yes, I've heard the song. If you know the song, interesting. Hey, hello, Beep! Hello, Beep. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. June 14. What was June 14? I don't remember what was June 14. Was June 14 something? I don't know. I don't often keep afloat on the sea of current news. Okay. Huh. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure what that is, but anyway, seeing as how I don't know what it is, I'll say I'm sorry for whatever happened. I was not intended to, or... Yeah, I got nothing. I honestly do not know what it was, so... Sorry. Don't know what to say here. Oh, wait a minute. No, I do know what you're talking about. I just realized what you're talking about. The fights in front of the White House. It took me a second to realize what you were talking about. I actually watched those. Those were interesting. Oh, Mumbo! Look at that. That's 4. 5! There's 5! Holy Toledo! 6! No! 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the 2 that I broke. That is 6. Okay. 7! It was 7! Oh my gosh! What? I stumble upon that, and boom! 19 diamonds, and I'm not even, what, like, 5 minutes? I'm not... I have no idea! To quote Sonic the Hedgehog, I have no idea! Oh my gosh! Okay. Well. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that just happened. My gosh. That kind of good fortune only happens to me like once in a blue moon. That was crazy cool. That was seriously crazy cool. We're not even 5 minutes into the stream and I already have 19 diamonds to add to my collection. Holy moly. Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. I am stoked about that. That was so cool. Well, don't count yourself out, Beep. It may happen to you. It may happen to you once in a while. I mean, it doesn't happen to me, but every so often at the best. I haven't had something like that happen in this game in a while. That was... Wow. I mean, that doesn't normally happen. I turn to get a couple of blocks out of the wall so I can use them to fill in a hole at the other wall, and boom, diamonds. A 7-ore vein I ought to add in, which is extremely rare. The only thing that would be rarer is if we had more than that in that vein. Now, if it had been an 8... no. Not a fan of horror, and that feels like horror. So, no. Have not seen it, have honestly no real interest in seeing it. Oh, crud. But if other people enjoy it, then hey, point for you. If you're able to enjoy that kind of thing, then hey, have fun with it. Don't let the guy that can't hold up your enjoyment. Yeah, I've just never really been a big fan of horror. The thing with horror for me is just watching other people get jump scared. I love listening to and seeing other people's reactions when they get jump scared by something when they're playing through horror stuff. Or when they're watching something that is spooky or something like that. Things like that amuse me. Actually watching the horror itself does not normally appeal to me. I mean, if there was something made based on something like that wasn't horror itself, I'd be a little more curious to see it. But I know the Backrooms is pretty much like an existential horror kind of thing, where its whole nature is horrific. So, yeah, not something I intend to go and see. Not something I intend to go and see. But again, if you're able to enjoy it, by all means, have fun with it. There are very, very few things that dip into the horror genre that I end up enjoying. Thankfully, there's a lot of other stuff that doesn't dip into that genre, or if they do dip into it, it's a dip of the toe, and the depth of where they dip their toe in does not end up causing me any issues. For example, there are so many add-ons out there now and mods people are making based on different horror things or horror concepts for Minecraft. It's alarming. But at the same time, some of that stuff is kind of impressive, so I got no problem with it. Besides, just because it's there doesn't mean I have to do anything with it. I am so glad I've got this pick. It is chipping away through the deep slate so much faster than what I had to use before. Even just an unenchanted diamond pick takes so long to get through this stuff. Deep slate is a pain like that. Interesting. Interesting. Well, again, if you're able to find something to enjoy about it, kudos to you. Me? I'm probably not going to look into it myself. They're both scary, don't get drunk? Okay, well, hey. I kind of figured it would be. Like I said, it's all this existential level horror stuff. At least that's my understanding. I could be completely mistaken about it. To me, the back rooms is just something that would fit oh so perfectly in that massive genre. Well, not so much genre, but franchise that we call the SCP thing. You know, somehow that doesn't surprise me. A lot of Backrooms fans, from what I've seen, are really invested in seeing the creatures in things like that. At least based on what I've seen and heard. So, if it didn't quite give that, then I'm not surprised that some people are not satisfied. You know, now that we got those diamonds, we're going to end up having to use those to make a shovel and armor. But definitely a shovel, because we're going to be doing a lot of mining now that we've got diamond gear. And was that redstone dust back there? Yes, it was. I'm going to go back and get that. Sorry if I seem to be going off on tangents a little easier and more often right now. I'm in a good mood. When I'm in a good mood, my mind tends to go a dozen miles a minute. Makes it hard for me to stick to any one particular point of conversation. What were we talking about? Oh, yes. Backrooms. We're talking movies. Movies. You know, I will say, based on what I do understand about the Backrooms as a concept and franchise, I hope that that they don't try to milk it for too long. You know, like, if this one movie did okay, then they're going to try to do more. If they want to do more, I say let them do more, but in the same breath, I say, but don't let them run away with it. Because if they start to run away with it, it could ruin it for them. For them, the creators of the movies, and the fans. Never let a company take something and milk it more than it can honestly be done. Because depending on how they do it, if they try to milk it once it's successful, they can push it way too far. I feel like they did that with a couple of different series. Like, they've done it with the Jurassic Park series and the sequel/spin-off series, Jurassic World. I feel like the Jurassic World thing kind of got taken way too far. It should have probably ended, in my opinion, with the first Jurassic World. Unless it had always been the plan for the second one to have the dinosaurs be released. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and say that. In the second movie, the dinosaurs are released into the wide world. They're not just on the island anymore. Uh-oh. Yeah. Hey, hello, Evie Michael. Evie Michael, welcome, welcome, welcome. You remember the Fall Guys gameplay? Beep. Well, I'm actually planning to bring that back before too long. It's just been a matter of making sure I've got everything I need figured out to be able to do that. I want to bring back Fall Guys so much. It was a fun game, in spite of me constantly getting eliminated right at the end. Though it was actually much more fun when I actually had other people playing with me. So that's part of why it's taken a while, because I got to make sure that I'm able to play with other people. And for a little bit there, it was looking like I might not be able to on the machine that I use. But that problem's been fixed. So yeah, it's probably going to happen before too long. Well, on stream, I've played... Let me think. I have played Minecraft. I have played Fall Guys. I think right before it got shut down, I was going to play that Bomberman, that one multiple people Bomberman game that was online. But they shut it down right as I was getting ready to add it to my repertoire. And, oh yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. I did a playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom on stream format. Not many people watched that, unfortunately. I figure it was a little too, I figure it wasn't exactly the right content for streaming. Wacky escapades in Hyrule. That would have been more of a thing. Planku's story alone, that probably would have been better off being videos, but I didn't have video capability at the time with consistency. Anyway. Oh yeah, I play both Bedrock and Java Edition on the channel. Java Edition right now is mostly being relegated to videos, though. Like, if you want to see some more recent Java Edition gameplay, go check out the Soundcraft series here on the channel. It's basically Minecraft Java Edition ASMR. I actually really enjoy making that series, too. I'm planning to do some more with that very soon. There's a lot of things that I plan on doing with Java Edition. Tons of different videos that I want to do, lots of different series I'd like to make if I could, if I can get the logistics of it all figured out. Because some of it, it's a matter of the logistics that's holding me back from doing it right now. But it's going to happen. It is going to happen. Just got to gather up all these blocks. Don't want them cluttering the floor and then despawning. Because you never know when you're going to want some of these blocks for building. Particularly something like deep slate. Deep slate is a big one that's really good to use for building. It really, really is. Alright, the tunnel is carved. that's another part of the reason why I'm down here mining, is because with this diamond pick, I can finally do the full-size mine that I normally try to do. I normally try to do 3x3 tunnels in the mines. And now, I can do that. You are very welcome, Beep. You are very welcome. Happy to bring some cheer into anybody's day. Happy to bring cheer into someone's day. It's one of the things this channel is here for. If you're ever not having a good day, you can just come on over to one of my streams, pop into the chat, hang out, and just talk all you want. Or listen to me ramble on about random stuff. Trust me, the random stuff chatter, it happens more often than you think. If it ever doesn't happen, it's only because someone hasn't brought up something that I felt like talking about at the time. But get me on a subject that I know a decent amount about, or that I have a strong opinion about, and hey, diamonds! And I will, in fair warning, I will not shut up about those things that I really enjoy. It's a 5 block! Sweet! Oh, wait. Is it more than that? Is it more? Is it more? Oh, no, it's a 5. But 5 is good. 5 is good. I was hoping for a 6, but I'll take a 5. I'll take 5. Not as in I'll pause the stream. No, that's not happening. I'll take 5 as in I will take 5 diamond ore, please. Yes, thank you. Oh, that's better. Yeah, I hear you. Maybe that's part of why we all enjoy ASMR so much. Or at the very least, why so many of us enjoy ASMR stuff. Because you know something's just happening, and you can just sit back, relax, and watch, and just unwind and not have to worry about it yourself. Yeah, that is true. That is true. We always end up wanting to find more than what we find when we find treasure in a game, don't we? It's like if you open up a chest with, like, 1900 gold in an RPG, you'll immediately wish that it had been 2000. And if you find one that's got 2000, you'll end up wishing it was 3, or 4, or more. The conundrum of wanting more. You find the good stuff, you end up wanting more of it. It's kind of human nature, isn't it? But there's a good reason. We always want more of the good stuff. We're just built that way. We're built to want more of the good stuff. Well, not in Minecraft gold, that's for sure. Yeah. But if you found... Another comparison would be if you were playing an RPG and you found a weapon in a chest that gave you, like, 15 extra damage. You would be wishing it was closer to 20. Let's not be silly about it. We've all felt that kind of way about something in a game. It's like if you play one of the older arcade games like Galaga or Pac-Man, and you know you're doing good, you know you're going along, you're getting big scores, you want to get an even higher score. What games do you specifically stay away from? Most of the M-rated stuff and horror. Horror and M-rated stuff, usually. The exceptions for the M-rated stuff so far have been Halo, and I have admittedly played the new God of War games. Well, not games, just the one. The first one of the two. Apparently they're making a third one of those. But, not gonna get that myself, I don't think. We'll see. But generally I tend to avoid the M-rated stuff and the horror genre. Horror genre for sure, I stay away from. Yeah, the only thing I know about Rainbow Six is it's got something to do with, it's another one of those shooter games, which Halo is a first-person shooter, but the reason why I'm okay with that one is A, in the campaign you're not hunting humans, you're going after aliens, like extraterrestrial aliens. And the PvP scene is completely optional. That and the PvP scene of it is not, like, gory. I have both watched it be played and played a little of it myself, and the PvP of Halo is not gory, thank goodness. So that's a game that gets my, well, it gets half of my, it gets most of my approval. But other games that I tend to avoid, actually, yeah, most of them are all in the M-rated category. Well, I would assume that part of why you say it is because the game is full of people that take it way too seriously, and people that are rude. Yeah, I've seen a few clips of gameplay, and most of the time the people that I end up seeing are playing it. Either they've got a bad mouth, or they're playing with other people who have bad mouths. And I'm just like, who needs that? And who wants to be exposed to that constantly? That's part of why I avoid those particular games. The games where it's M-rated and PvP. Not only am I bad at PvP, which, yes, I am very bad at PvP, generally speaking, but those particular games, it's just way too much garbage from the mouths of the other players. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you get so stressed you just can't help but let something out. But when that happens, my thing is, say something that's not, by its nature, dirty. You know what I mean? But that's just my perspective. I mean, to each their own. Oh, yeah? Huh. You kind of got me curious how that is, but at the same time, I figure it's something that to really understand it, you'd have to try the game. Is that one of those games that costs to get it, by the by? Like, is there a price to play it? Or is it one of those ones where it's the freemium, where, oh, you can play the main game for nothing. You can play this one mode or this one bunch of modes for nothing, but if you want to play with certain other modes or get specific characters with special abilities, you gotta pay more. Or if you want to get special equipment to do whatever with, oh, you gotta pay more. You gotta actually pay for those. You feel the same way about Fortnite, Valinor? That's funny. Yeah, I actually played Fortnite for a little while there, but I got tired of it because I couldn't get a win to save my life. Quite the apt way of describing it, actually. Back then, it was, I would say like 9 matches out of 10 I got taken down. And then the 10th match, when I did win, it was only because the team carried me through to the end. Because I would be playing team. Well, that makes it make a little sense, Beep. Hey, Ryan! I just saw that you messaged. Good to see you, dude. Hey, welcome back to the channel, my friend. And thank you for posting the rules. I always appreciate when someone does that. Wow, that was a good bit of gold back there. A whole 4-block vein. Possibly even bigger. We may have to acquire that before we leave. But I thought I saw something... Oh, no, it was just iron. Iron with tough above it. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good, Ryan. Thank you for asking. Oh, yeah. Valinor Minecraft Dungeons 2. I'm looking forward to that. One way or another, I intend to get a hold of it at some point. It is probably going to be a really good game. I like Minecraft Dungeons a lot. I'm looking forward to playing it more with other people. Probably going to try to play through some of the stuff of Minecraft Dungeons with my brother Enya. If you guys haven't heard about him, he's Enya of Enya Soft Gaming. Highly recommend his channel. This guy was doing some good content when he was able to stay active. Knowing him, he would want to be doing more of that stuff about now, but he's got real life stuff to deal with, if that's pressing by comparison to the virtual world. Unfortunately, we all gotta put real life first. The real world's gotta be dealt with before we can enjoy this beautiful area of relaxation that we have created called the virtual world. That's my way of explaining it, anyway. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, games. Right. That actually kind of makes sense, Beep. I've seen some of the players of that game somehow be able to predict where someone was moving. I figure it's either because they have been playing the game so dang much, or some of them might be getting enhanced in their skills by a bot. Unfortunately, that is something that I would not put past anybody these days. Which is sad. Oh, that's good, Ryan. That's good. Only been able to play Minecraft one day a week for like months because of work. Oh yeah, Valinor. Oh yeah. I totally understand that. Real life is necessary, but it is a pain in the butt. And work is a big part of the reason why. It's like, I don't know of anybody who wouldn't rather be playing a game rather than having to deal with work. You know what I mean? Those diamonds in there. We'll put this... No, actually, let's keep this obsidian here so I can pick up more of it. What bad news is that, Ryan? Yeah, Beep. I can believe it with the hearing thing. I can believe it on the hearing thing. Like, a game like that, you gotta be able to hear where something is. You gotta be able to hear when the enemy is coming at you. And if you don't have good quality headset and equipment like that, it gets hard to be able to tell where something is that you need to rely on sound to find. Another heat wave coming. Oh! Yeah, I just saw what you said about the heat wave, Ryan. Oh. Oh, Valinor, that's funny. That is funny. But, at the same time, so true. I'm sure that's very much a truth of a bunch of gamers these days. These days. Why do I keep saying it like that? I'm making myself sound like I'm an old man. I'm not that old. I mean, I know I get nostalgia from some of the greatest games that have been coming out in the past couple of years, but for crying out loud, I'm not that old. Stop making yourself sound like an old man, J-Guard. Anyway. Yeah. Ryan, I am so sorry that you're getting stuck with another heat wave. My gosh. I wish the weather would stay consistent. I wish that the weather would make up its mind and stay consistent for, like, 5 minutes. I've done this joke before, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. You're sitting on a beach somewhere, you're sipping a little lemonade or a little iced tea. You look over to the horizon and you go, oh look, a little cloud. About 3 minutes later, locals are hanging off of palm trees or what have you. We love it here! Ah! It is absolutely ridiculous. The weather is a menace. And the sad thing is, I think the weather, if it were sentient, it would know that it's a menace. And it would revel in it. How else can you explain that all the time when the weather is bad, it kicks you like a mule? That is very much true, Valinor. That is true. Oh yes, winter is always preferred over summer. Winter is definitely the preferred season over summer for me too. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the summertime. I love having an excuse to go down to the nearest body of water and take a dip and just chill, just float, or just walk around in the water, or if you got something to help you stay afloat, or if you're able to swim, just swim around. But the heat, especially in areas that are humid, the heat, it's unbearable. Soon, Ryan? Soon? Dude, it feels like we've already had heat waves over this way. I mean, we've probably just gotten out of a heat wave, and then there's one coming again this coming weekend along the East Coast, at the very least. So, yeah, it feels like we're sitting in an ocean of heat. It feels like you're sitting in an ocean of heat during the summer. You're just waiting for the next heat wave to roll on through and bowl you over and tip you over like you're gonna just sink. I mean, when the heat waves hit, especially in the humid area, you can't sit down for more than like 2 minutes out in the open, or you're gonna be drenched. And don't even get me started on going for a walk. 5 minutes of walking in relative humidity, and you're just like, oh! You are begging for a glass of water to be splashed down your back. And it's not even about the heat. It's not even to deal with the heat. It's just to make it so that the rest of your shirt doesn't feel like it's going to stick to your body. Yeah, thankfully we do have AC as a very common thing over here. Not everybody has it fully working, I'm sure, but most places around here do have AC to help people beat the heat. But that's for the indoors. Summertime is most often intended to be enjoyed outdoors around here. But, yeah, have fun making that work when you can't even step outside without being hit with a wall of humidity and, like, so much sweating going on that you feel like you might as well have already been in a stinking pool or something. It's so hard to articulate the words to fully describe how it makes me feel. Winter builds would probably be a good idea. Yeah, winter theme builds or builds in the in a snowy biome probably wouldn't be a bad idea to help keep the mind focused on cool, so that we all cool down. Oh, yikes. I did not know that, Ryan. Thank you for sharing that little fun fact. Although I think for over on your side of the metaphorical pond, it's not so much of a fun fact as it is a cry for aid, a cry for help. I mean, my goodness. I'd ask why you guys don't have AC over that way, but I'm not even sure if you guys even know. And I don't mean that to be insulting. I'm saying that as a half joke. I'm half joking. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm sorry you guys are dealing with so many heat waves over there, though. But hey! If we're outside, we're dealing with the same kind of crowd over here right now. Or at least, along the East Coast we are. Alright, I'm gonna put away the, Oh, crud. I came up here and... Yeah, I went and came up and left behind the deep slate. I was gonna bring the deep slate up. Part of why I've got so much storage here is I want to start bringing the deep slate up here at some point. Alright, let's put all these valuables in here. That's a lot of ore. And a lot of diamonds. 3 diamond blocks. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Hey, Davian! Davian, good to see you, my dude! Good to see you. 3rd heat wave this summer. Oh my gosh. Ryan. Stay hydrated out there, dude. Okay, on one hand, I want to laugh at what you just said, Valinor. On the other hand, I'm scared to think that that might be close to the truth. If that's even remotely close to the truth, that is kind of frightening. No offense meant, but I'm glad I'm not over there. Yikes. Anyway, what were we talking about? Heat waves, summer. Ways to cool down in the summer. I do have one suggestion for a way to help you guys like cool down if you've got access to ice. Crunch some ice. I've done it. It actually helps a lot. It helps a lot with cooling down, and I've always felt like it helps ease the mind to crunch on something like that. Have I found diamonds? Davian, not even 5 minutes in to the stream, I found 7 diamond ore and plucked from them 19 diamonds. I've crafted a diamond sword and a diamond shovel, and I've still got 3 blocks of diamonds left. Because I did find some more. So, yeah, I'd say I found diamonds. Oh, why did I come down here? I was going to see what the enchanting table is going to offer us. Yes, it is. It is very nice. Ooh, and breaking 3 on a sword is really good. Ah, they want to offer fortune 3 on the shovel. That's not great. And my alternatives for... no. I am not doing Bane of Arthropods on my sword. You could not get me to accept Bane of Arthropods as a good enchantment. There's only like 3 or 4 entities that's good against. Spiders, cave spiders, silverfish, and endermites. See? 4. Yeah, you couldn't convince me that was worth having. Now, sharpness or smite, on the other hand, smite works on like half of the hostile entities of the game. It works on all the undead and makes them weaker against you. And sharpness, we all know sharpness is the king of combat enchantments. Amen to that, Davian. Amen to that. Huh. Valinor, that actually makes sense. That does. That actually makes sense. No worries, Davian. No worries. Yeah, that notion that using a, wearing a wet t-shirt helps cool you down, that actually makes sense. Because the dampness would help keep your skin cool, and then, yeah. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Of course, that's a better idea for some people than others, but... I'm going to say that because there's a difference in, two different kinds of people. 2 different kinds of reactions if they're... depending on which one of them is wearing it. You know, if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. If you don't, then I'm not going to sit here and explain it. Anyway, back on track. I want to do something I have been waiting to be able to do. My first harvest is fortune on a tool. You don't have to have fortune on any specific tool in order for it to work on crops. It just has to be on a tool that you can use. And once you got it, holy Toledo, have you got it. My gosh. I like it. Alright, how much we got left? Wow. That's a lot. That was a lot of crops. Sweet. I wish you guys could see my reaction there, because as I was saying it, I was actually letting this big grin spread across my face. Oh, I would have looked a little maniacal. Ah, I get you. I get you there, Davian. You get used to one kind of phone, and you have to change over to another. Yeah, I used to have to deal with that all the time. I used to have to deal with that kind of thing all the time. It is a frustrating situation. Of course, nowadays I stick to the same kind of phone all the time, so I'm set on that particular avenue. World Cup's been taking too much of your attention for you to be able to focus on Minecraft, huh? Hey, fair enough, fair enough. It's a big event, it's a big thing. It's a big thing that you have an interest in. That's completely understandable. Completely and totally understandable. I don't think anybody would have any ability to say anything against that. I mean, let's face it, we all do that with something. No, seriously, everybody does that with something. There's always something that any one person around you will be wanting to have something to do with that will occupy their time just as much. It falls back to that we always want more of the good stuff thing that I was talking about earlier. Oh, Valinor, you save poisonous potatoes? Yeah, I may set a spot aside where I'll save like up to a stack of them. But they have no purpose right now. They have no purpose right now, so I have gotten into the habit of just disposing of them. Because if they don't serve a purpose, there's no point in holding on to them. Poisonous potatoes are not a building block, so you can't make anything out of them. And they're not used in any crafting recipes. At least, not in this version of the game. I've mentioned before there was an April Fool's update that gave us stuff that it could be made into for a little while there. And I think there might actually be an add-on that where someone's gave it purpose again. But that's just an add-on. It's not an official thing. So it's an entirely different situation there. Hey, that actually sounds fun. Figuring out a way to make it so that you've got... Figuring out a way to recreate soccer in Minecraft with the sulfur cubes. I am now tempted to try to do that on this world at some point. So thank you for the idea. Thank you guys for that idea. That is definitely going into my notebook as something I ought to try to do at some point in survival. Create an interactive soccer field. Actually, let me go ahead and write that down now so I don't forget about it, because if I don't write it right now, I will end up forgetting it. But that is genuinely a good idea for something to try to do. Let me find an empty page. Yes, I am actually actively doing this on stream. If I had a camera to show you what I'm writing into my notebook, I would have it up and make it so you guys could watch. Recreate soccer in MC with sulfur cubes. That was about a live pace of how fast I write. I don't write particularly fast. I am a bit of a neat freak when it comes to my my handwriting. So my handwriting is about as slow as I just implied with how slow I was going and reading what I was writing. But that is a good idea of something to try to do in the game. Recreate sports that would require a ball using sulfur cubes. Heck, you could probably have knockback swords of different levels for when it's supposed to be the player is really trying to kick the sulfur cube ball. You know what I mean? It's an idea. It's a good idea. I like it. Alright, let's go back down to the mines. Let's do a little more mining. At some point, we're probably going to have to find a way to restore some of the durability of my pickaxe, but I will figure something out for that. I hope. It's either that or sooner rather than later we're going to have to open up the nether so that we can go mining for quartz as a temporary means of restoring our pickaxe's durability. Because right now I don't have... Well, let's be blunt. We don't have the XP bank mechanic anymore. Because they decided to remove it for whatever reason. And I get it was kind of OP if you used it to the degree that some people were using it, myself included. But it was a nice, easy way to get a bunch of XP in a hurry if you wanted it for, like, enchanting. I'm walking on diamonds. No, seriously, there are diamonds right there. Oh my gosh. We didn't have far to go. Oh my gosh, it's a 6. It's a 7. It's an 8! It was an 8! Oh. What do we get from it? 14! Not bad! Not bad at all. Hello, beautiful shiny blue rocks. I love it. Hey, that's an idea. That's an idea, Valinor. Hey, I like that. I like that. Yeah. Dispensers to randomly pop out stronger or more durable knockback swords as power-ups. Yeah. That's a thought. I hear that. I hear that, Davian. I hear that. I am always wanting more diamonds. Always wanting more diamonds. I just see more diamonds? I see another diamond. More diamonds! More diamonds! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9! 9! Look at that! 27 from a 9 vein? We tripled our money! We tripled it! We tripled it! We tripled a 9 vein! Exactly tripled it! Holy moly! Oh, it's so beautiful! That is absolutely amazing. I am floored. That was good. And we're not that far into this tunnel when you think about it. My goodness. Oh, it's so beautiful when stuff like that happens. And that doesn't happen often. I'm sorry, a 9 vein? That doesn't happen like more than once in a blue stinking moon. Good grief, man. That was incredible. That was incredibly good fortune. I am so glad we got that. That was so cool. Hey, Leo! Good to see you, dude. Glad you can make it, my friend. Glad you could make it. What is good is we are mining, and my man. Not even 4 minutes, not even 5 minutes in, sorry. We found a 7 vein of diamonds and got 19 diamonds out of it with this Fortune 3 pickaxe. And now this time around, we found an 8 vein, popped it, and got 14 diamonds. And then just a minute ago, we got a 9 vein and tripled it. So, what's poppin' is a good fortune, my friend. What's poppin' is good fortune, and I am happy about it. I mean, you get an output like that. That is absolute insanity, and I love it. Very good fortune, no pun intended. In my mind, I went a full hour and didn't find diamonds at Y negative 54. Never again. I'm try Y negative 56 and negative 58. Yeah, I recommend going down to 56 just as a base if you're trying to find diamonds. If you want to find diamonds, go down to Y level negative 56. That's where you'll have the easiest time finding them. And strip mine. Don't just mine in one continuous straight line forever into infinity, because that's not going to do you nearly as much good as having some level of consistency in the mining. Mine a 2-block tall tunnel like this, and it will expose any diamonds to your left or to your right, or above and below you. But then if you want to really have a chance of finding more diamonds, here's what I do. I'll show you in a couple minutes. I want to get 2 more torches placed before I retreat. when I'm trying to really be strategic about my strip mining, I will dig a tunnel like this until I've placed like anywhere from 16 to 32 torches. If I'm feeling really adventurous, I'll go as far as a full stack. But then on my way back, I knock out the third block. The third block vertically in the tunnel always gets saved for the left, for when I'm going back, so that I expose any more diamonds that are one block higher up. Yeah, deal with the lava. Just bring water buckets. Bring a water bucket and you won't have to worry about it. Set up a water source in whatever hub or whatever you make for your mine. And then you'll be good. Because then you'll have water to go back and grab to pour on the lava. Ancient cities spawn at Y -50? Huh. Well, that makes sense. That's kind of a cool fun fact, Valinor. Thank you for telling me that. I actually didn't know they spawn at a specific Y level. That's cool. That's cool. That's good to know. Thank you. Thank you for the info. Now, of course, I'm leaving some blocks behind because I'm full. But once I'm full, I go to my chests where I'm dumping all the crud. Dump as much of it out as I can. Secure the loot. And then I go back. Now, this is all, what I'm talking about right now is just what I do. You don't have to do the same thing I do, by any measure. This is just what I have found to be effective. Like I said, knock out the third block. Make sure you're watching to see if there's anything valuable being exposed as you go. And then when you're ready to do another strip in the same direction, you go over to one side 2 blocks and repeat the process. That's how I do it. That's what I have found to be a fairly efficient way of finding more diamonds. You see, when you dig this initial 2 block high tunnel, like I said earlier, you're showing what's on these blocks, this block, these blocks, and the block below you. When you come back, you're exposing this one, and that one, which can often show you even more diamonds. If not diamonds, then redstone, gold, and other stuff, which is all valuable, of course. Like that. We just found a little bit of iron, and we weren't even looking for it. Now, I know that's still part of the tunnel, but it's still profit from the tunnel. Strip mining with 2 block tall tunnels. Trust me, it works. When you're strip mining specifically for diamonds, but you're willing to get other ores and such, this is the way to do it. And I do the same kind of thing in the nether, too. Only with the nether, I usually pick a certain number of blocks out that I will be willing to go in my mining. And once I reach that point, I turn around and come back. Because torches don't do anything to deter mob spawns in the nether. They really don't. Oh, it may keep things like skeletons from spawning, but then you gotta contend with the piglins, zombie piglins, magma cubes, and hoglins, which generally they don't care about the light level. They just want to hunt you down, and kill you. Yeah, doing tunnels 2 blocks apart gives you the best chances of finding all the diamonds. Because if you spread them out like that, if you spread them out 4 blocks apart, or 3 blocks, even just 3 blocks apart, you may be missing spots where diamonds lie in wait, hidden between your tunnels, in the gaps that you didn't clear. And if you find 1 diamond ore in the wall, always open up the space around it, because you may find there are more diamonds hidden in that wall. And every single diamond that you collect is precious. Treat it as such. Don't waste your diamonds. Be mindful of how you use them. That's some other advice I give you, because in making tools and armor, you will burn through your diamond supplies. Especially if you're one of those that ends up using diamonds to repair your tools. I don't recommend doing that. Just get mending. It is tedious, I will grant, but a mending villager will save you tons of materials. And again, this is why you carry a water bucket. Always have a water bucket, because this kind of thing can happen a lot. Punching your way through into a lava lake along the side, or even just in front of you, happens a lot. So always have blocks on you from the mining you're doing, and at least 1 water bucket. Yes, Valinor, I agree. Magma cubes are the worst. They are probably the most annoying mob in the entire game. Slimes are easy to deal with, but make it so that even the little ones hurt you, and they very quickly become a problem. Especially considering they can jump so high. Makes it harder to get up high and out of the way of them. Yeah, I will say with the Nether, the bed strat is a solid strategy if you understand how to do it without getting blown up. Me, I'm always too afraid that I'm going to screw it up with a simple misclick and get blown to smithereens. So I always just stick to mining manually. Oh, skeletons. Bedrock Edition skeletons feel like the absolute worst out of all the skeleton variants that are between the versions. Because it feels like they almost always have some level of an aimbot to them. It's annoying. If that's addressing me, Valinor, then thank you. Thank you so much. If you do end up doing, like, manual mining like I do in the Nether, though, the same principle applies there as applies here in the overworld. Go down to the correct Y level and dig your tunnels 2 blocks apart. The difference is don't waste your torches, because most entities that are hostile in the Nether don't care about the light level. Magma cubes, piglins, hoglins, they don't care about light levels. And if there's enough room for any of them, they will spawn in and they will give you a headache. Believe me. I've been there, dealt with that. Yeah, I'll believe skeletons have been nerfed when I see the evidence. Show me the evidence. Don't just tell me or show me the coding. Show me the practical evidence that their aimbot has been nerfed. I will say, though, in either the overworld or the nether, if you ever want to truly keep mobs from spawning, buttons. Line the floor with buttons. Because if you put buttons on the ground, that takes up the spawning radius of that block. And buttons can be put down, so if you put the buttons down on the whole of the floor, nothing can spawn there. You'll burn through a ton of wood, because I'm going to assume you're going to use wooden buttons, since they're easier to get a lot of. But still, you will create a totally spawn-proof space. Alternatively, if you have the materials to spare, and you don't mind a bunch of clicking, you can do pressure plates. Or, you can do another alternative, and if you've got the materials to spare, you can do, and this is kind of dense, kind of a weird idea in my opinion, but you could always do minecart rails. Because nothing can spawn on top of minecart rails either. But these are just little tidbits of things that have come to my attention over time, either because I've experienced it myself, or because I've watched someone else play and learned from what they did and experienced, and just kept a note of it in the back of my mind as a result. There's just some things that the game won't tell you, but once you notice them, you don't want to forget them. That should open up a little space in the treasure bundle. Or loot bag, I should say. We'll go a little further. I want to go until I've got 32 torches left in my inventory. And then we'll turn back from this tunnel. Yeah. Overworld, my means of measuring my tunnels is I go in until I use up as many torches as I want to use, or until I've got only so many torches left in my hotbar. And then I run back, breaking the third block if I have inventory space. In the nether, I pick a certain number of blocks away from my main tunnel that I want to dig, that I'm willing to dig, and I go out that far along the tunnel before turning around. And always, always dig my tunnels 2 blocks tall initially and 2 blocks apart every single time. You never ignore the 2 block distance. If your tunnels are more than 2 blocks apart, generally speaking, you're gonna miss something. And usually it's going to be something you'll wish that you hadn't missed. Yeah, I agree with Valinor. Big projects in Minecraft are good, and they can be fun to do, but don't dedicate all your time to a big project. Make yourself slow down a little and enjoy the smaller projects too. Doing a smaller project can be a nice break from the big stuff, because big stuff will stress you out more. And it will burn you out. It's not a matter of if it will burn you out, it's a matter of when. Take it from somebody who knows, from experience. Been there, burned out, did not know what to do once I felt burned out. But once I took a step back and did something else, most of the time I ended up feeling better. Break up the big stuff with some little projects here and there. And generally you'll feel better about the big stuff and the little stuff as well. You're welcome, Valinor. And hey, thank you for being here to chat. It was fun. I hope we see you again soon. One piece of advice I would give to anybody using my mining method: if you want to mine the way I do, be smarter than me and keep your tunnel depth consistent. Like, if one tunnel is going out 32 torches, try to do the same on the next tunnel. Or if you're going a full stack out, try to do the same on the next tunnel. Consistency with your tunnels, even just loose consistency, will feel better than yo-yoing between depths or lengths, or however you want to say it. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. But understand that if you're doing if you're doing a good distance, you're going to end up having long tunnels like this. It's the cost of the distance. It's the cost of the good stuff. To keep getting the good stuff, you got to go further and further out. It's how it is. That's a lot of valuable stuff. We need to get that up to the top of the tree. Oh, the end. The end, the end, the end. What an experience the end dimension is. But it could be so much better. Let me just say, it could be even bigger and better than it already is. Hopefully one day Mojang will decide to expand on the end dimension, and we'll get a whole lot more. But going to the end is a fun experience. I think I may have on an older world, but I'm not sure. But going to the end, that's fun. End update and the ancient city portal. Those are both things that I would love to see be introduced to the vanilla Minecraft. I really would. Because whatever ends up being done with those things is going to be interesting. And it's not as if they're not already doing something with the ancient city portal. I mean, come on. We've all seen the trailer by now for Minecraft Dungeons 2 that had to do with the portal. We all know that there's something going on with the ancient city portal. What the? How did I take damage there? That was weird. I got no clue what happened there. Huh. Gonna need to get to enchantment level 30 again. Gotta get to XP level 30 again so that I can unlock another enchantment. I want to put an enchantment on my shovel. Basically, I just want to get all my equipment fully enchanted. Yeah, the trailer animations have been so good. I am so looking forward to Minecraft Dungeons 2. Like I said earlier, I would love to dive into that as soon as possible once it gets released. And I'm hopeful that I might be able to experience it with Enya. Or if not with Enya, then with some of the viewers. I'm gonna go ahead and craft up my diamond gear now. It's been a while coming. Been waiting to be able to have full diamond gear. Boom, 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 boom. Full diamond gear. Now I'm going to swap back to iron for my tools that don't have enchantments, but I'm going to keep this diamond armor. This diamond armor is fresh, it is fire good, and I want it on me. Go ahead and compress all this redstone dust. There we go. Alright, and all the armor that I was wearing, I'm going to pump into here. Just leave it there. I do think at some point soon, I have got to get myself... an actual XP farm. I think sooner rather than later, I'm going to need to worry about an XP farm because we need levels for enchantments. We need them as soon as possible. Right now, what I've got is okay in terms of equipment, but having enchantments on my gear would make it way better. And yes, even the diamond stuff. Now, of course, all of it needs to get mending, and I will work on that with the villagers at Fort Jaylock. But just in general, I need to get certain enchantments on my gear to help me survive. Depth Strider and Feather Falling for the boots, for sure. Protection 4 on everything if I can. But that might require me to make a trading hall, which I've been kind of avoiding doing. But it may be time to indulge. It may very well be time to indulge in the trading hall. But if I do a trading hall, I'm not going to do like the normal one-block cells. I'm going to try to do like a village. Which is part of why I'm tempted to make a second treehouse village setup and put the villagers in it and just make sure there's lightning rods positioned to absorb the shock of lightning so that the villagers don't get turned to witches and so that the treehouse doesn't burn. That's something I want to do here too. I want to do lightning rods somewhere around here to draw the lightning during thunderstorms so that I don't get burned. so that my house, my base, whatever you want to call it, doesn't burn to the ground. I've put in way too much time in this whole build to see it all go up in smoke and turn to ash. I do not want that happening. That is horrible. Real quick, I do want to check the boots, because that's a big thing I want to enchant. What do they offer right now? Fire prot 4? Actually, that's not too bad. It's not great. How about the helmet? I mean, I'll probably change to a golden helmet when I go to the nether, but... Oh! Oh! Well, hello! Prot 4. Flat out. Not bad. Let's check these. I know I can't enchant anything right now. I need levels. And I'll work on that. But for you, Unbreaking 3, that's good. For the shovel, still Fortune 3. Yeah, I would not accept that. The axe, Bane of Arthropods. Oh, this is the other reason why I do want to work with the villagers at some point. Because I want to make it so we can have options to get better diamond gear than that. Or at the very least, be able to get more diamond gear without having to spend any more diamonds. You know what I mean? But I think that's going to be a matter of interest for the next session on here. And I think that that's actually going to do it for this session on the YouTube channel. So before I go to my outro, I am going to go ahead and say that I am going to be booting up the Twitch channel tonight in just a few minutes, give or take. And everybody who is able to access it from here is welcome to come and watch. If you can join in the chat, feel free to do so. If you can't, I understand. But please come if you can to at least watch. It would mean so much. It really would. But with that said, I'm going to go and say thank you everybody so much for watching. Whether you're watching live or after the stream is done, doesn't matter which way you're watching, it means so very much. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely and truly, it means a lot. If you enjoy the stream, please make sure to let me know by leaving likes, commenting, subscribing if you haven't done it yet, checking out the About page for links to other pages like my Twitch channel for more content and ways to support the channel. And of course, don't forget, once you subscribe, to smack that notification bell so that you don't miss the next stream or video. With that all being said, thank you once again for watching. I'll see you guys over on Twitch. I am JGardo1, your guide, your bard, and your humble host into the world's virtual. And I'll see you all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!